A very good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook. Now, if you are new to these videos, what I do every single morning is that I analyze the major dollar pairs and gold. So we're going to dive into EURUSD, GBPUSD and see where the markets are most likely, in my opinion, going to be heading next. So what I do every single day is I analyze the charts in the exact same way. Therefore, it's fairly easy for you guys to relate to what I'm looking at. And you can just watch back yesterday's video and then you'll understand exactly where I pretty much am starting in today's video once again. So first of all, let's just dive into the weekly time frame real quick here on EURUSD. What can we currently see? Well, the weekly time frame here is still bearish. As we can see over here, we got a break of structure in towards the downside, and this is just all still part of the overall impulse down. So we're still waiting for the market to make a pullback before then again heading down lower, because after a break of structure, what do you expect? You expect a retracement. So when do you expect a retracement? Well, when we see something called a change of character. So when is a change of character the most powerful? Well, first of all, once you've grabbed liquidity, well, as we can see over here, we did not yet grab liquidity, or if you tap into a demand zone. Now we had a demand zone over here, however, it was not really fresh. So this is your demand zone because this is the overall sub for the buy. But if you look over here, this was the first tap, this was the second tap, third tap, and now we're pretty much all the way through it. So preferably I would see this low over here get taken out on EURUSD very soon. And in addition to that, the most powerful next area of demand here on the weekly time frame would be this hammer candle over here. So I'm definitely expecting EURUSD to head down lower in the very near future. And next to seeing that the trend is overall bearish and that there is still possibility for further downside, what I always do is I look at the weekly fractal structure as well. So this over here is my weekly fractal structure. Why is this the weekly fractal structure? Well, because this is the low that got broken over here. So we broke the low. This is your most recent high that broke this low. Therefore, this is now my fractal high, and this over here is my fractal low. We can see that the market has retraced all the way back in towards the highs. And if you look very closely over here on the daily time frame now, once again, we can see that the overall trend is bearish, and that if we look at the daily fractal structure, the daily fractal structure is the same as that on the weekly. This over here is your daily fractal high. This over here is your daily fractal low, and we have now retraced all the way up into the premium of that range. Okay, so this is a very strong area for the market now to potentially head down lower. So now what we need is a lower time frame to tell us, okay, we are indeed ready to head down lower as well. So what I then do is I look at the 4-hour time frame. And when looking here at the 4-hour time frame, remember in yesterday's video, I mentioned, okay, we had this area of supply, and yes, indeed, if you go into towards, for example, the 1-hour time frame, you see the initial reaction. Now, this is again the biggest mistake that every single trader is making out there. They're gonna short this over here on the bearish candlestick as they see that as bearish confirmation with the stop loss above the highs. Obviously, if you were also to join a Fibonacci retracement tool, what do you see? Well, you see that the market retraces as well exactly into that 618. So a lot of people getting stopped out yesterday here on this short position, but we know that we always need bearish confirmation, and I preferably want to see that confirmation on the 4-hour and on the daily. Now for the 4-hour to confirm that we are bearish, what does need to happen? Well, we need this to happen. We need to see one more push up, a swipe of this high over here, and then a push down, retracement, push down, because then what will happen is that this over here will become your fractal low, and then this becomes the buy up, sell down, and then we have a fresh area of supply which is then going to be created. So this for myself is the highest probability setup on EURUSD and what I am most likely going to be waiting for. For the rest, I don't really see anything that really strikes my mind or that I really like. On the 1-hour time frame, what did happen is that we saw a 1-hour change of character over here. So change of character high, and this is actually what I want to see on the 4-hour. Change of character low got broken. Therefore, on the 1-hour time frame, this is now is your fractal high. This now here is your fractal low. So it would make sense to sell off from this area of supply in the 1-hour time frame. But preferably, I would just wait for the 4-hour to play out, just because trading the 1-hour only is very risky. But if you are happy with trading this a little bit more aggressive, then you could obviously already start looking for shorts over here, either when this over here breaks, or you could already get in at this point in time with your stop loss above the highs. However, for myself, that is just a little bit too risky. As it's the beginning of the year, I want to start the year off good, so therefore I'm just waiting for that 4-hour setup to play out. So that's what I'm looking for on EURUSD. Looking here at the dollar index, the dollar index is still inside daily demand. As of now, the fractal low, this black line, has still been respected. Therefore, we are still bullish. Very simple. Going towards the 4-hour time frame, and what I'm seeing here is something a little bit complicated. So why is it complicated? Well, it's complicated because this over here is your bullish high. So only until, or only when that high over there gets broken, that is when we flip bullish. Until then, we are actually bearish now on the 4-hour fractal structure, okay? Your bearish range is between this high and this low. So it's very contradicting what we're seeing here on the 4-hour time frame, because the overall swing trend is bullish, but the overall fractal structure is bearish. So in this specific example, or with this specific scenario, that's when I like to stay out of the market, because you're trading against a swing that is bullish and you're trading with a fractal that is bearish. And when these two contradict each other, you're going to be most of the times not very profitable with the trades that you take. At least that's what comes forward from my statistics in trading. So therefore, I'm preferably just staying out of this, focusing more on the daily for now. As long as the black line holds, we should continue moving up higher. And if it does break, then I do think that we will push down lower to this demand zone over here. But for now, we are still bullish, so no need to panic just yet. Going into Aussie dollar, that's always the next one that comes after the dollar index. Aussie dollar over here has been pushing up higher, actually. What I can see here from the daily time frame is, yes, yesterday we indeed broke this high over here. So as soon as the high gets broken, then obviously shorts are not interesting anymore. So for now, the daily fractal is bullish, so therefore it makes sense now to only look for longs. What we have now here is what we have now gotten is a daily area of demand. And yeah, pretty much just that. Only interested in longs for now. This is your daily fractal low. So for myself, it only makes sense for AU to maybe push up a little bit higher, or we wait for the black line again to break, and then we'll look for shorts once again. But until then, any trade taken on the short side of things at this point in time, it's just going to be low probability. I don't see any shorts on this for now, but longs are also not really my favorites, as this for myself is just choppy price action and not something that I would preferably trade. Therefore, I recommend to just stay out of AU. Going into NU or GBPUSD, excuse me, what we can see from GBPUSD is that pretty much the same as on EU happened. Remember what I mentioned here on the 4-hour time frame yesterday. This is a fake area of supply. So obviously everybody's trying to sell this, and then the stop loss above the highs, and then they get stopped out. As simple as that. So what I'm now waiting for is, to be honest, for what happened, or what I'm looking for in EU to now happen to GU. So this is now the fractal low over here that broke this fractal high. Okay, that's all you need to know. So what I'm now looking for is this to happen over here, where we get another push down in line with the 4-hour fractal structure. If we look at the daily time frame as well, we can see that the daily is still fractal bearish and swing bearish. So therefore, shorts are high probability in my opinion still. What I'll be looking for is that short opportunity. This for now is still your buy before the sell, which is going to be your supply zone. So now let's validate this daily area of supply. Because first of all, we are still bearish, guys. That's what you need to understand. We are bearish. Momentum is down. 1 or 2 bullish candles doesn't make GU bullish. And then if you go into the fractal structure of it, then you see, okay, daily fractal high. Then over here, what do we have? Daily fractal low. We retrace into premium. Then if you go in towards the 4-hour time frame, then we have also 4-hour swing bearish as well. So what do I mean with swing bearish? Well, we just see push down, retracement, push down, retracement, push down, retracement. So we're just looking for the next impulse down. But in order to confirm that we're ready to push down, what do we need? We need the fractal break to occur. So what I'm now looking for is this to happen, where we get the breakdown, retest, and then boom, we will short GU. So that is what I'm waiting for personally. Then NZD USD itself has been pushing up higher, very similar to AU. Nothing too much out of the ordinary. Obviously, there was still a lot of liquidity resting above this high, which needs to be taken out. That has now been taken out, but we can see that for now the trend is still continuing bullish. What I'll be looking at is just to follow the trend. I'm not going to trade it just because it's not really high probability for myself. But overall, you could take a trade on this if you like being a little bit more aggressive, because now this is pretty much your area of demand, meaning that this is now the fractal low over here. So this black line is now the bullish low. And as long as that low is respected, the market should push up higher. What happened is that it broke this high over here. So this was your daily fractal high. And what we've now gotten is that demand is in control. So it could make sense to see a higher pullback on NU. Then also look at the 4-hour time frame. You can see that for now the bullish order flow is holding as well. We still have quite some equal highs over here. So we could see some bullish order flow on NU happen, but we'll wait for a little bit more confirmation. Let's see this close above here first. Let's see a demand zone be created. It's not very high probability trading these kind of longs, in my opinion. I prefer to trade with EU and GU as long as the dollar index is still fractal bullish. Going last of all into gold. Gold pushed down lower yesterday. It respected pretty much that supply zone which we had over here, this buy before the sell, but you can see that the overall trend now is winning. So what happened is that we have now seen a reaction to this area of demand, which is now pushing the market up higher. So what I would do is I would follow that up higher as long as this low over here is respected. Let me see which low it is. Yeah, so as long as this low over here is respected, we should continue up higher. If we break that low, then we'll push down lower and take out these lows over here. Okay, so this is for now the game plan. Longs on gold as long as this demand zone is still in control here on the daily time frame. Going towards the 4 hour. 4 hour is still a little bit messy, but yeah, you could look for longs, and let's see if we get that order flow respected the entire time. For now, on the 1 hour time frame as well, we're respecting the lows, so it still makes sense just to push up higher. So focus on that. Daily trend obviously is also still swing bullish, right? So it doesn't make too much sense to swing any longs down or swing any shorts down, excuse me. So yeah, with the daily demand zone now being in control, let's just follow that and see if we can get a push up higher. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you all a fantastic trading day. We're going to go live for the New York session here on YouTube, so make sure to stay tuned for that, and I'll see you there. Thanks, guys.